this is a record.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
start over. Yeah.
Yeah, let's start right
This
here.
is a record.
I probably shock this new audience.
Yeah, the new millennials don't know what that is,
Some
bro.
millennials don't know what they think is a
No,
frisbee.
no,
This is not a
dude.
frisbee. This
Absolutely
is
not.
serious business back in the day. This is called a wave file.
That's right.
Okay, it's a wave file.
That's right.
But well, it's because of this is the reason why I got into
Yep.
DJing. You know, it was
Gotcha.
even it was an art. Just watching the record go like this.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
spinning around with a label,
Mm-hmm.
and hearing the sound come out. That got me right there.
Yeah.
So
Gotcha.
and that's what got me started. And the art of me, man, is just the art is basically, and that goes to anybody DJing today, is playing the right music for about four hours, and it has to
Right.
be 4 hours worth of hits.
Right.
Now, the further you get into the years, you got to start from 2020 and go back and take them a ride in time. And I was surprised to do parties and see that it's some old school cats that were 80s and 90s, and they're hip to the new
Oh yeah.
music coming up to me. They want to let's play that Meek Mill joint,
Yep. Okay.
So you gotta have it. You
Right.
gotta
Right.
have it when you're doing your DJ thing now.
Yo, we want to give a quick shout out to your boy Steve Gilbert, man. Give him a shout out.
Shout out to my man Steve Gilbert, man. Last time I saw you was at your son's wedding.
Yeah, man. So
It
it's
was the
good.
bomb, man.
And thank you for
Make
everybody
sure
for
you put
tuning
some
in.
thumbs up on that. Yeah.
We had a little technical difficulties in the beginning. It's amazing what
Yeah.
happens. Daryl Rousey, thanks for joining. Daryl Rousey, thanks for joining
Okay.
as well. So F,
Mm-hmm.
tonight's topic is talking about the live streaming and the DJing thing. So for people who I've seen a lot of DJs that are actually live streaming, they got different platforms. If someone wants to get into that, how can they get into it, and what do you think is different? Is there a difference between that? Of course, except for the live element that nobody's there
Yeah.
around you. But is it worth doing?
It's. I mean, at this time, yeah. I mean, even before this time, it's worth doing. Uh, it's just a lot of DJing or streaming and stuff like that is a little difficult now because now you're dealing with copyright issues.
Yeah, I've seen that.
You just can't. Back in the day, we would make tapes, and the whole thing would we purchase the music,
Right.
so we can make a mix, and people might hear it,
Yeah.
and they might want to buy it. Those days seem like they're diminishing or gone
Yeah.
because now we're in the days of if you play it, it gets paid.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the difference. And now with sites like the site that we're on here,
Mm-hmm.
and even some of the sites that are the new one is Twitch.
Yep.
But I went on Twitch as well,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, they don't seem to, when you're doing your thing, yeah, they don't seem to interrupt. But if you try to play it back, you get that message too, copywritten,
Oh, really?
copyright. Yes, you do. You get it on the playback, not the stream, the playback. So there's a lot of
Oh,
rules
okay.
and regulations. It's a lot of rules
Yeah.
that go with today, and I would say anyone, there's a whole bunch of apps that are. It's not just one. They got a couple apps like Twitch, and they got another the B app.
Yeah.
These guys that like DJing, get with these apps and get on there and start showcasing yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now it's a good time to showcase because we're all locked in our houses and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Exactly. Yep.
It's a good thing. It's a good way to market yourself. Even you got to make not just a whole hour mix.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do like this is like a sampled 15-minute mix.
Right.
So people can hear you.
Now, is it better to play industry stuff, or should you just you got to be creative and maybe get some unreleased music? You think it'd be better to do it that way, or more people want you to play or do they still ask for special requests and stuff like that?
Unreleased music, well, you won't have any. Well, I can't say that because it depends if it's licensed or not. You
Right.
know what I
That's
mean?
true. Yeah.
Because now these technology things, they have something called fingerprinting,
Okay.
and you can play like a couple minutes of it, and it'll send a message to the sound scan. People are like, yo, he just played that song, and um,
Oh, yeah. So it
it's,
tells
it's
on
just
you.
it's just like that. Yeah, it's
Right.
called they policing the music now,
Right. I see
and
what you're saying. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so I would say, I mean, there's other ways around it.
Yeah.
But I would say, don't let that stop you. You can always
Right. Now, as somebody who used to,
everything.
We had records a long time, 20 years ago, and my wife's giving me heart, so it looks like that we can hear, everybody can be heard now. So we want to say thank everybody for tuning in to Studeo22LIVE.TV podcast. We are live now. We got my brother, DJ F3 Forrest Fitzgerald. We're talking about live streaming and DJing. I know that one night we had, when COVID first came out, I mean, everybody was doing the DJing. They just doing D Nice kind of set it off, and everybody started kicking in. And then, there's also a lot of people that's out there that just picking up a mic, pick up a turntable, and just starting to yell people's names and not really really doing it right. Doing it. There's an art. I believe there's an art to DJing as opposed to just asking special requests.
I mean, people know the real. I mean, not say the real DJs, but people know the DJs that have the experience in arts.
Right.
You know what I mean? They can tell. You're not just howling. Some people want to hear the music.
Right.
People want to hear the stuff that takes them back in the day, and that's all we're always showcasing on this only way that we can showcase is on networks like FB and stuff like that. That's all we're trying to do is just make people feel good.
Yeah.
But it's when you're dealing with copywritten stuff and
you can't mess around.
I understand they're going to get in trouble if they allow this to go on their site.
Yeah.
That's true. And that first night of I think D Nice, he was smart to name it.
Yep.
Something. What I mean? He was smart to name it. Club Quarantine.
Oh, Club Quarantine. Okay, I got you.
He was smart to name it because he's been doing it. You know what I mean? He's doing it every night.
Right.
That particular night, and even I locked when they said we couldn't come outside.
Right.
I went right to the internet. I said, "Yo, man, we got to start feeding the people music."
Right.
I started doing some mixes to try to make people feel good. Actually had a sample looped.
Okay.
Just doing quarantine shout out to have people coming in, listen to the music, feeling good, stuff like that. Make sure everybody's mental is okay.
Right.
But
no doubt.
It's
helping though. It was helping a lot of people.
But we're gonna be doing this for a while, man. Because the guy that's in the head of this United States, he let it touch down. I think with this, I hate to talk about COVID. We're not off of that.
No, you got me. It's relevant, bro.
The fact that it touched down on U.S. soil and then said, "Let's do something about it." I think we might be ready for the second wave, but we wasn't ready for the first. The first one was the thing.
You don't give me started on that.
We're gonna be ready for the second one. But this first one is just it's all over the place, man.
Yeah, dude, it's just crazy.
But back to the art thing, man. The art it is an art.
Yeah,
it's the art of DJing, man. It's nothing to play with. But you see guys still doing it. Jazzy Jeff, guys that I emulated.
Well, I was going to say, who inspired you when you first got started?
Well, Jam Master Jay, definitely.
Shout out to Jam Master Jay. Jam Master Jay, R.I.P.
inspired me for his showmanship.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then next level, then here comes the fury of Cash Money, DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Oh yeah.
DJ Scratch, Terminator X.
Yeah.
Was bananas. That we know of the
Terminator X. I remember that.
Yeah. It's just like it's they give you a rush. You know what I mean? So those are the guys I looked up to. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still look up to him. You know what I mean? I still do, man.
Let me tell you.
We did Project X, we were the DJ and the rapper. You were kind of the Will, and I was the Jazz. You just mixed us with Hammer and stuff like that. But that's the DJ and the rapper was the style that
was back then.
Back then.
Yeah, we're gonna take them back. Let's take them back, F, because our audience is for people who could appreciate the old school. I don't know if you remember this. Now I'm about to turn 50 years old this year. Right? Yeah. We're
gonna do it up quarantine style,
right. If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, coach, author, speaker, consultant, and you want to start your own podcast to build your authority, build more know, like, and trust, connect with new clients, attract new leads, I'm excited to invite you to my free webinar, Podcasting with Power, where I'll share the exact strategy that I've perfected over the past decade to make podcasting simple and easy as 1, 2, 3. This webinar is designed to help you go from a podcast idea to help you to start your podcast without the stress of equipment and technical challenges. And you'll also learn how to share your story, engage with your audience, and attract your ideal client all through your own podcasting platform. Or go to podcastingwithpower.com and get registered, and we'll see you in our free webinar. So
wait for the 50th birthday party. I'll make sure y'all for the commercial for Studio 22 Live for the Fred G 50th birthday party. We ain't playing, man. We going in.
Exactly. But I just realized, man, that, you know, God's blessed us to live through 5 decades, dude. Like I was saying this last week. You know, we're all at a different level. We talk about the 70s, we talk the 80s, 90s, 2000. So it's like if I say the word 8-track player to a millennial right now, they're gonna be like, "What? What are you talking about? 4-track player?" Oh, show and look, an album. Show us that thing that you showed us a little bit. You know, for those, for all our new people, this is what music was put on before. What show them, F?
Right here.
Let me see if anybody remembers that. See everybody. Let me look. Anybody remembers that? Hold on a second. Oh, this
is the Papa was a Rolling Stone 45. Okay. 45 record right here.
Yeah, a lot of y'all remember that. Say, Mamie Gamble, Marcus Davis, Carmen Hess, my wife, Iona. Yeah, also Raymond. Gonna shout out to you, Andre Cephas. They all remember that. Onika, also Walter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah. Some. You know, there's a lot of people that don't recognize or remember that, but there's a lot of people that do remember that, and that's how music was started. And you actually DJing was something that you just couldn't walk in. It was very competitive. Would you say it was super competitive? More than it is right now.
I think everybody. People really genuinely loved music back in the day. I mean, we were watching.
It was real music too.
I mean, it was real music. Yeah. I mean, I think it represents real music, real instruments. Yeah. People playing music. How we would rush to the TV and watch Soul Train for an hour, and then go right to the record store.
I know.
Right after.
Yep. You hear the song, and then you out the door.
Oh, yeah. Go right to the record store, pick it up, put it around the record player, dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, record player.
Yeah, what's a record player?
A record player is what we used to put these on, guys. Okay. Yeah, right there. Okay, I'm gonna start doing. When I get my 12s back, I'm gonna start displaying
like artifacts.
Doing videos. What we used to do with those frisbee things.
Yeah.
Guys,
well, you know what?
For you new millennials.
You know what I can appreciate. I don't know if you noticed. LL Cool J. Shout out to you, L. He has a new website called Rock the Bells.
Yeah.
And he's playing a lot of the old stuff and all the old videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, man. So, well, I put LL's thing on, man. I can't tell. He playing that Fly Guy. He playing that Mantronic.
I know.
He playing all that. He play all that stuff that we love, man. Man. He's crazy. So shout out to LL, man. He's doing his thing, keeping that on.
It's funny because it's like that was all of our teenage years when all that stuff came out, man. 17, 18. I remember the first time I was listening. I remember the first time I Need Love came out. You know what I mean? I was saying to myself, wait a minute, how you go from Rock the Bells to I Need Love? But it was a game changer, man. It was a game changer. So
LL was a beast.
Yeah, and again, so back then when a DJ would put that on, he would know when to kind of put that on, But now it's just like, let me ask you this: what was the most frustrating thing for you, knowing that you had that history? When you were doing parties in the last 5 years, kind of pre-COVID, what was the most frustrating thing for you as a DJ when you were doing different events and stuff like that? That's changed from the new millennial than people back in the day.
Well, the only thing that's frustrating now, and a lot of DJs agree with me, where when you pay a DJ, you already know what to do. It's called going for what you know. I know this DJ, and he knows what he's doing.
Right.
He knows what to play, He can just do what he do. But now it's like people hire you, and the frustration is you have to play what they want to hear, and
I'm paying you, so you might as well go and pay me, right?
I'm paying you, I'm paying you, so you're gonna play what I want to hear.
Right.
So,
but the service of a DJ,
that's the frustrating difference. Okay. So. And that messes up the art, because now you're interrupting the DJ how he does his thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's doing his thing. You're supposed to know what he's doing, and you'll come up to the DJ booth and say, "Hey, yo, man, nobody wants to hear that. play the song I said, dog." And you start playing all the songs that they want to play.
Right.
And if they look at the crowd looking at you like, yo, what you doing?
Wow.
And the homegirl sitting right there like, he don't know what he doing. No, I'm listening to you.
Right,
It's
right,
your
right.
request.
Oh, so you basically,
You know what I mean?
so they gave you the
Yeah.
request, but then the crowd looks crazy. They look,
Yeah, the crowd looking at you like it's you're the problem.
Because then when they say, and then of course they,
No, you're the problem.
yeah.
You're the problem. You're telling me what to do. You're trying to be a DJ.
Right.
That's the problem. Man. That's the frustration
Yeah.
that people are paying you, and they think they say you're going to play what I say.
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
I hired you as an on-demand DJ, so now it's on demand.
On demand.
I got you.
Like I'm a remote, like it's a remote with DJ F3 on it, and they could just press, rewind, quit, and all this type stuff.
Right.
So that's the frustration with I think I speak for a lot of DJs out there that are experienced in this. Man. It's just the frustration of you got to do what I say now.
Right.
Yeah, that's what it is, and that's the fight. You know what I mean? That's the fight.
So do you think that frustrates a lot of DJs and make them just kind of want to quit and kind of give up, or what? And why haven't you given up? Because everything's been changing. So what is causing you to not give up?
I just love music, man. It don't matter what type of music it is. I just love playing music, and I love the art of making people, putting certain songs on, making people dance.
Yeah.
Well, it can be one person at a party,
mm-hmm.
and as long as I can get that one person up and play to them.
Yeah.
Job well done, man. I mean, job well done, man. I just love all types of music, all the R&B, hip hop, soul, and
Yeah, I was going to ask you.
I play some of the new stuff and all that, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
But I must admit, I mean, you might not want to hear this, but I stopped collecting
the new stuff.
Yeah.
You stop collecting the new stuff. Oh, they don't want those millennials don't want to hear
more.
that.
I want someone. I don't want. I'm staying in my school.
You stay in your lane, huh? Okay.
Don't pick. Hey, I'm sticking in my school, dog. 40s, 50s, and 60s parties, bro.
Right.
Yeah. I ain't clicking no more. I download it now.
Yeah, you're a download, but I ain't.
I download it, but I'm not. I ain't buying no bar.
Yeah,
no.
Yeah, I got you.
That's about the reals you can get.
Yep. Now let me
shout out to the new school though.
Yeah. Now since we're kind of focused on me, I want to talk a little bit about kind of the stuff that you do to prepare for it, like, and how that's changed. Like, we used to carry crates and records, and there was an art to DJing to where you actually, when you would practice. I remember we used to practice in the room, and you were practicing in the room. We would actually practice the blends that we were going to do. We kind of knew which songs went with what. But now the digital space, how has that changed to where we would, from going from a feel to now it's a digital thing? How does that work now?
Well, they say the rumor was, or the saying was, technology killed the DJ, and it kind of did. When you put a sync button, the practice has been substituted for the sync button. You can just sync up a song, on beat, and you can not just play and adjust to the tempos and stuff like that. You can just press play and it's right on beat.
Oh, so it's on beat as opposed to you having to blend it in.
Yeah. So
wow.
I mean, so it's blending everything is easier.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Dealing with sync buttons and stuff like that. But those that used to DJ, they can apply all that.
Got it.
And I mean, not to a new DJ, they don't know nothing about the switching the records and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say I actually had someone showing them how to do, put their music in order, and I was like, you categorize your music from the 60s and 70s. They didn't want to hear it. They said, no, I just want the hits.
Oh, okay. Forget all the music. They just want the hits.
Yeah, no, I just want. So they got 100. They got a party list.
Oh my goodness!
Instead of crates of 60 to 70, they got a party list.
Right.
And that's what they play.
Oh.
And the crowd is like, yeah.
They react because it's all hits. Of course you're gonna be. It's almost Of course everybody's gonna be excited because it's like it's all hits. So you really got. It's not a skill putting together a playlist. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I got you.
Don't work.
I got you. It works, and that's all they care about.
Nobody back. Not taking anybody back in time. Right, you don't take anybody back in time.
They don't want that.
The new kids don't want to hear that. I had a new school person tell me, he said, we don't want to hear all that, cutting and scratching. We don't want to hear all that stuff no
Wow.
more. Just play it.
Wow.
You know what I
Play
mean?
the
So that's
record
a
as
jab at
is.
that's a jab at great turntablists. You know what I mean? So
But
uh,
overseas though, it's still big. Like DJing and
it never
it
dies,
never
man.
dies. Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's
big.
a
It's big
big
over there,
deal
man.
over there overseas. I remember hearing about that. Wow.
Yeah, man. There's people still, embracing. That's why it'd be stupid to try to do something here where the overseas is embracing it and
Yeah,
paying more
that's true. Yeah, yep. I got
for
you.
for what you know.
That
So,
makes sense. That makes sense.
yeah,
Well, yo, man.
absolutely.
If you have somebody out there that's a millennial, right, or somebody that's new, or just thinking about, maybe they're stuck because they don't know what to do now. They can't party. They can't do things out there, or they actually want to learn the art of DJing. Would you suggest how would you suggest, or how would you kind of give them some advice on how to get started and whether or not it's worth it to kind of look at some YouTube videos to look back at the art. How would you give them advice if they wanted to get started, and what kind of equipment would they
My
need?
Well, my advice is, I mean, you got to want to be a DJ and learn about it. You got to have it in your heart to want to do this.
Yeah,
And they have all type of different technologies. Choose your weapon. You have the original turntables.
right.
You have the controllers now.
Hmm.
You have turntables. You have phones now that have DJ apps on them. I have seen somebody actually do a party with this and got paid $500
With the phone.
with a phone.
Wow.
So you have to want to do it, and you have to want to do it, and just like anything, learning is right before our eyes, and
Yeah.
you can go to YouTube. Well, I call it YouTube
Yeah.
University, and watch the video to a six in,
Yeah. You can learn
and
it.
then just get practice makes perfect. Keep
Hmm.
practicing, and you should be on your way.
Yeah.
And that's what anyone knew. Like right now, quarantine's kind of jabbed up, but don't let that stop you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Stream. If you don't want, if the internet, of course, the internet has its rules and stuff like that. But make mix CDs. Make mix MP4 files and give them out.
Sure. Absolutely.
That still works. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
That's,
Absolutely.
that's, that still works. I have a DJ F3 bundle, but you can only get it, if you give me your email. But I have I have about 50 mixes,
Wow.
all good mixes.
Okay.
And I'm just, those that want it, they can hit me up on my DJF33 at gmail.com.
Okay.
And I give my music out just like that, or hit me up on Instagram, the real DJF3. Send me your email there, and I can get them to you, and you can be listening to them on your phone and rocking your own barbecues
There you go.
with my mixes.
There you go.
That's
so
how you do it.
so y'all really listen. That's really good. If you guys want to, you better listen. If you guys want to get into DJing, or you want to have your own, I guess it'll be a playlist from the legendary. Tell them how long you been DJing, man.
30 years.
30 years. Come on now. You think you know what he's doing? I think he's. I'm not. Just because he's my brother, I ain't gonna say I'm biased, but I'm biased.
Yeah.
He's fire. I'm biased,
Yeah.
But
I do my thing,
yeah,
man. I
man.
do my thing. You want a nice party? You want an nice old school party?
Hmm.
You call your boy on Instagram. Hit me up on the gram.
But he hasn't bought any new millennial music.
But after 2000, I'm not buying no more 2020 and up music. So let you
Exactly.
guys know. You know what I mean? So
Yo, last week,
don't say,
yeah,
don't come to me and say, you do graduation 16? Nah, no,
you ain't doing that, right?
nah.
Hey, yo, last week we had our music video pick of the week, man. It was just so good.
Oh yeah, who you got?
A great friend of ours, bro. And the video just blew everybody away. I got a lot of compliments, people saying, man, I love that video. And I told him to go back and watch the replay. And definitely, he's been a great friend of ours for years and years and years. And he's doing some phenomenal things. My man Fred Reed's video, dude. You remember Fred Reed?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's my Gun and Bedford brother, man. Yo, he's doing big things. Shout out to the thing that he got
Yeah,
going on, man,
Reed's
for the
Refuge.
kids.
Yep, definitely,
Reed's
man, with the kids
Refuge,
and
man, is
everything.
just doing
Him
great
and
stuff, man.
Pastor
Right?
AJ and his wife Cora, they doing their thing over there, man. And they got a great staff over there. So we want to give you a quick shout out. So
Man.
why don't you go ahead and tell
Yeah,
them?
Fred is doing his thing, man. I definitely want to see this.
Yep. So go ahead and set up the music video of the week. What's it called by Fred Reed? F.
Okay, I want y'all to check out this new Music video by my man Fred Reed. Breathe.
Here we go on
On
Studio
Studio
22
22
Live.
Live.
That's it. You got it.
Like that.
There's a lot of faces and a lot of names, so many places and so many things.
We all breathe the same oxygen, life full of adversity, and we are looking for a change.
UNITY is really all we need. It's a simple concept called love and peace, positive energy, and it starts with me.
I ain't gonna let say if you were here today, right now, probably turning over in his grave, just to see all that he fought for and died for, slowly slipping away.
And it's not too late, we can start right now. We gotta come together
to turn this world around.
And it starts with you, and it starts with me. Let's sort up the banner of equality.
Hot, right?
Yeah, yo, Fred Reed, man, you doing your thing, man.
Yeah,
Safe
man.
City.
That thing, I mean, that pulls at my heart, and it's just so relevant, man. I'm not gonna let you suffocate me, cause your life matters, my life matters, and listen.
That's what I'm saying. Yo, what happened to the lyrics, man?
Oh, come on, man.
What happened to the lyrics, man? What happened to songs with substance?
Listen, man,
we
songs
get
with
back
substance.
To that, man.
We need
Fred
it.
Reed, man, doing your thing, man.
Absolutely.
Substance, man. Give us substance, man.
Exactly. Big Sean, we actually got to get him on the show. I'm going to reach out to him. I know he's super busy, but I'm definitely going to reach out to him and get him on the show, man. Talk about all the great things he's doing down there, man. That's our brother. But, yo, F, man, you know, this is good, man. We had a little bit of hiccups in the beginning, but thank you for being a co-host tonight, man. I think you can do this going forward, man. Give me somebody to bounce off, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yo, man, like I said, I was
If you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, coach, author, speaker, consultant, and you want to start your own podcast to build your authority, build more know, like, and trust, connect with new clients, attract new leads, I'm excited to invite you to my free webinar, Podcasting with Power, where I'll share the exact strategy that I've perfected over the past decade to make podcasting simple and easy as 1, 2, 3. This webinar is designed to help you go from a podcast idea to help you to start your podcast without the stress of equipment and technical challenges. And you'll also learn how to share your story, engage with your audience, and attract your ideal client all through your own podcasting platform. Or go to podcastingwithpower.com and get registered, and we'll see you in our free webinar. Studio 22 Live, streaming